Why am I not married? Because I'm not. Why? I mean, how do you? Let me ask you this question. How are you supposed to answer that question? See, these are questions. Why are you not married? I've been married twice. Why? Is that not enough for you? Why am I not married? Because I don't have to be yet. I've got a dating rotation. And y'all will never see the women I deal with. They're private women. Never gonna see them. Think I'm exposed the people I deal with to this madness? No, thank you. But I will tell you, they get a good laugh at some of my female critics.
Places I checked out, Santa Martha is another place I would advise you guys to go. Always check with the state government, see what's good, what's not good.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of the Elite Fleet. And we're going to talk about how Kevin Samuels was married. Why he lied about being married, we don't know. He lied to the American public. He looked us straight in the face and said, I'm not married, I'm single. And I don't want to hear the cap when he was married but separated. Then he should have said that. I'm married but separated. But that's not what he said. What he did is what most dudes do, and he lied flat out. He said, I'm not married. That's a lie. He was married. And we're going to talk about why men cheat, because it's all connected. Because what else y'all just seen in the intro was Dennis Sperling's capping ass. Dennis Sperling literally just released a video today where he told dudes where they should travel. Just like I told y'all in my passport talk video, he named low third world countries where he feel like you could be the man with your American status. He telling y'all to go to Brazil. He telling y'all to go to the Dominican Republic. He telling y'all to go to Colombia with your American dollars and spend it on a thought. Don't tell me that's not what he telling you to do, because you just seen the video. That was a thought dancing in that video. I thought. Now, I wouldn't even care. If that's what he want to tell y'all to do, whatever. But my problem is, this same dude, Dennis Sperling, calls black women out of their names all the time for doing the same thing. For getting a BBL and shaking their ass, just like that Hispanic girl was doing. Black women become low value. They become unmarriageable. They become unruly. They become birds, hoes, everything negative. But by that same token, he's encouraging you dudes to fly to another country just to deal with the same type of chick. Understand, if you wanted that type of chick, you could just go to Atlanta. If you wanted that type of chick, you could just go to Miami. You can go up the road to DC. You can go to LA. You can go to Detroit. You can go to New York. They're all over the place. You can pick a color. You can get them white, black, whatever. But they'll tell you, nah, don't deal with these Western women. They're not feminine, they this and they that. Then they tell you to fly out and get you a thought, an IG model thought, which you can have here. You guys got to understand the games. Let's call a spade a spade. This dude's bashing black women because it's profitable. And he needs money because he used Kevin Samuels to hook him up with a high value thought. And if the money stops coming in, she's going to leave. And he done already been divorced, just like his boy KS. And he's not trying to pay for another divorce, clearly like KS wasn't. So he has to keep that money in. He has to keep that money coming in. You guys gotta understand, these dudes is cat. Come on, dude. I wouldn't have a problem with these dudes if they kept it real, but they're liars at the end of the day. And all this ties into why men cheat. Because let me tell you something, the same reason that men are bitter towards women is why men cheat. What you talking about, Alex? I'm about to break it down right now. Women have a time period from high school and college in their mid-20s that we all like to call the hoe phase. Now, some of them start earlier, some of them start middle school. It doesn't matter when they start. The point is, in that phase, women call their shots. What do I mean by call their shots? I mean, they get it out of their system. They sort their oats. They sleep with the athletes. They sleep with the bad boys. Okay? They sleep with the rich men. They sleep with the poor men. They sleep with the old men. They get them a sugar daddy. You understand what I'm saying? They call their shots. They get big D's, small D's, thick D's, long D's, whatever type of D they want. And they do this until they get to about their mid-20s. Nowadays, they might stretch it to 30. And then they say, you know what? I'm ready to have a family. I'm ready to settle down. But here's the big difference between men and women. Because women have that whole phase, because women get to call their shots. When a woman hits her mid-20s and she says, I'm ready to settle down, she's ready to settle down. Hell, even when a woman, because a lot of times they get burnt out in their whole phase, right? So they'll have a boyfriend in high school, they'll have a boyfriend in college, but you got to understand, they're really burnt out. They're really willing to give you their all. They're really ready to settle down. But most men aren't. And the reason most men aren't is because most men can't get or don't have access to the type of woman they want. that they really want, and that's why most men cheat. Not all, but this is why a lot of men cheat, especially men with money. We'll use KS as an example. KS is the perfect damn example. Because if KS had it his way, he'd have been married to a Melanie King. He would have been married to a Six the Goddess. He would have been married to a Brittany Renner. He would have been married to a Blue Jasmine. But guess what? He didn't have access to those types of women. So he married the 2 wives he married, but that was never what he really wanted. This is why he kept chasing the bag on YouTube. He reinvented his YouTube 18,000 damn times. He went from being an image consultant to being a cologne consigneur to being helping men, uplifting men, until he finally found the formula that worked, which was telling women how to get a high value man. That was the formula that finally worked. And as soon as he got money, what did he do? He went out and spent the bag on the chicks that he always really wanted. Just like Dennis Sperling, he tried to be a rapper. Man tried to be a rapper, failed at it. Tried to be a lawyer, wasn't that good at it. Now he finally getting him some clout. Now he finally has the woman that he wants. You guys gotta understand, this is why most dudes cheat. Dudes can't call their shots. Most dudes, if you wasn't the athlete in high school and college, you couldn't call your shot. If you wasn't the bad boy in high school and college, you couldn't call your shot. You had to take what you could get. If you wasn't a prep boy, you couldn't call your shot. You guys gotta understand that. If you wasn't in some type of an org or something like that, you couldn't call your shot. Now, Kev was apparently in a fraternity. I don't know if he joined grad chapter or whatever the case may be, but he could not call his shot. The point is, he didn't have access to the type of women he wanted to have access to. Maybe it's because they thought he was gay. Y'all know he got that little lisp. And he got those little hand motions that make you be like, maybe he go like this. That might have been why. I don't know why. But the reason most men cheat is because they don't have access to the type of women that they really want. You guys got to understand. Most dudes settle for their wives. Most dudes settle for their wives. Most dudes don't even like their wives. They either with their wives and they really like thoughts, but they don't want to deal with the public shame of thoughts, so they pay the thoughts to deal with them behind closed doors, or they're with their wife because they couldn't get a thought and they settle for their wife. The pressure got put on them by their family. You got to realize, if you're not a black man, your family puts pressure on you to get married. If you white, you Hispanic, you Asian, they putting that pressure on you. They like, yo, when you going to get married? Only black men get to say, yo, I'm not getting married, and nobody puts pressure on them. You guys got to understand, a lot of dudes only enter relationships just because they want to have sex, and they take whatever girl likes them. They're not patient. They don't wait for a girl who they can match up with. They got to get it right now. So they take whatever girl likes them. The first one that likes them, they be like, all right, cool, I'll get with you. Then they end up getting her pregnant, or then they end up married to her, but they don't really like her. And I tell you guys all the time, dudes don't hit their financial peak until usually in their 30s. That's when they get the promotion, and they become the manager, or a project manager, or a district manager, or the regional manager. That's when they get their bonus. That's when they start to hit their peak earning potential from 30 to 40. So now, once they hit that peak earning potential, guess what? All the girls that they really wanted start coming down the pipeline. And if they're not in a situation where they're single, if they're not in a situation where they just have a baby mama, if they're married, that's when they start cheating. That's when they start hiring escorts. That's when they start hiring IG models. Oh yeah, we're going to talk about it. Because now they have access to the types of chicks that they really want. We say all the time, women initiate divorce, but nobody ever really talks about why. The number one reason, finance. The number two reason, cheating. It depends on which list you look. It's 1A and 1B. Some lists say the number one reason is cheating and the number two reason is finance. But at the end of the day, we say all the time, women initiate 70, 80 something % of divorces. Why are they doing it? Because men are cheating. Why are men cheating? Because they didn't have their whole phase. They didn't get to call their shots. They can't access the type of woman they really wanted to access until later on in life when they got their money right. To make up for the fact that they wasn't in shape. Most dudes don't win the genetic lottery, and most dudes not gonna do that work in the gym. To make up for the fact that they wasn't the bad boy. To make up for the fact that they wasn't an athlete. To make up for the fact that they were socially awkward. They finally get that money, and then they dip back into the pool and they deal with the dudes, women that they really want to deal with. See, everybody talk about sexless marriages. And sometimes that is on the woman, but a lot of times it's on the man too. Because he don't really like her. He put one baby in her, and he already didn't really like her like that. Now she got fatter. Now her nose got big, her feet got fatter, and he already didn't really like her like that. So now he's not touching her at all. And don't let him be a high value man. If he's a high value man, he about to go and get him a high value thought from overseas, and he gonna throw your ass to the side. Then he gonna complain about you divorcing him. If he's broke, to be honest with you, rich dudes don't even complain about you divorced. They don't care. Take the money, get out the way. I want these thoughts. But then he might come online and complain about you divorcing him. Oh, women always leave. They always give up. They always divorce us. But they don't talk about why. They're divorcing you because you're spending all the money on the thought. Let me tell you guys something. The gems are for the people who stay to the end. I repeat, the gems are for the people who stay to the end. Women care more about you spending money on another chick than they do you cheating. Let that breathe. Run it back. Women care more about you spending money on another chick than they do about you cheating. You guys got to understand that. So what happens is these women find out, yo, this dude's been paying these thoughts. He's spending thousands of dollars on these thoughts. That's what'll make them divorce your ass before they would even divorce you for cheating. See, for all we know, Kevin Samuel's wife might have been in on all this. She might be like, you know what? If this whole high value thing's gonna work for you and it's gonna have you pay this back child support and it's gonna get us money, you go out here and you do it. We don't know. But what I do know is a woman will divorce you for messing up the bread or spending the bread on another chick before she would divorce you for just cheating. So a lot of these dudes don't say, yo, I was out here spending money on thoughts. I was out here with escorts and stripper. Carmelo Anthony with a stripper. Come on, son. Tristan Thompson out here cheating. IG models, thoughts. Come on, son. They don't tell you that part. But then they'll come back out here and complain, oh, she took half my stuff because you were cheating. Most men, see, this is what I told dudes all the time. Stay out of relationships until you get your life together. Because if you stayed out of relationships until you got your life together, you wouldn't have to be fake. You wouldn't have to go out here and get married to a chick that you didn't really like. And then guess what? You would have to go through a high-value divorce and lose half of your high-value things. Because you would have never been married or had a baby with a woman you didn't like that. But y'all can't wait. Y'all don't want to be patient. Y'all need some residual V-Box on your way up. You cost yourself half of your own stuff because you're going out here cheating, spending money on other chicks. And she like, hell, before I let you take half the money and spend it on another chick, I'm going to just take half the money and dip. I repeat, she be like, before I let you take the money and spend it on another chick, I'm going to just take half the money and dip. And that's the reality of the situation. And that's why most men cheat. Because they didn't have access to the type of women that they really wanted, and most men settle. This is why I laugh when dudes complain about women settling. Because if we're being honest, most men feel like they settled too. I am Alex and I am out. Peace.